So free trade has been a centerpiece of global economic policy for a generation now. Has it produced the desired results?
The exchange of goods and services across borders has grown geometrically in the last 30 years. That exchange has opened up opportunities for local businesses around the world. It has brought a greater selection of goods and lower prices for those goods to people around the world. So certainly in aggregate, it must be viewed as an absolute success.
That's certainly impressive, but of course free trade does have its detractors. What are the concerns?
Whenever you open borders, you accelerate economic transitions. Jobs tend to move from place to place, causing relocation, causing retraining on the part of those who lose them. And that transition can be very upsetting. In addition, global trade has been identified as one of the sources of growing income inequality in the world, a trend that is creating some very strange politics in a lot of different places.
Doesn't global trade reduce income inequality?
Global income inequality is certainly lessening, but income inequality within countries is widening. And because all politics are local, the presence of income inequality within a country can complicate elections and policies.
Are we seeing attitudes change about world trade?
I think we are. In the wake of the global financial crisis and the recession that followed, many countries saw their unemployment rates rise. And while some of that was due to the economic cycle, the presence of trade was identified as another villain. And perhaps closing the border, some politicians reasoned, will accelerate the re-entry of some of their citizens to work. Unfortunately, jobs lost don't easily come back, especially if a country is no longer competitive.
What are the risks of turning away from trade?
The benefits to purchasers of goods are often overlooked when trade conversations take place. The focus is often on the potential, if not always the presence, of job loss. But what you miss is that prices for people who buy things would inevitably rise if we end up going towards more protection. So while it's been a challenging interval, I think we have to resist turning back the clock to economic policies that are not beneficial.
Well, Carl, thanks for your thoughts as always.
My pleasure.